Time to go back down to that myth well, because we're going to bust up some myths and misconceptions about Hell Let Loose. So in a game like Hell Let Loose, there is a lot of misconceptions, or things that are told wrong, or things that are misunderstood. And if you've known anything from the last 2 myth-busting videos I've done, this one's going to be no different. We're going to take a bunch of things that either people have said in the comments that they want tested, or things that I've seen that should be tested or I've heard about, or things that are just straight up lying, as we'll get the case to one particular item in this video. But sit back and relax and enjoy 5 more myths being busted in Hell Let Loose. Now, just a massive disclaimer here, this is a repost of a previous video because Eisman brought it to my attention here that the bombing run does kill tanks, and I did some testing and it does. It just is very rare and hard to do. So again, this is a repost. This first one comes from Justin 1980. Love your myth videos. I have one for you. Test protection of engineers' barricades. I read years ago that they were intended as level 1 wooden stops pistol and SMG rounds, level 2 sandbags stop rifle and MG rounds, and level 3 stops rockets and anti-tank rounds. So this one, when we did the testing with my friend Steely from ZFG, we tested that there really is no difference between level 1, level 2, level 3 barricades in terms of what it stops. And when we did the testing here, we did try a multitude of submachine guns, the M1 carbine, M1 Garand, and even rockets, and the person on the other side was completely safe, as we'll show here now. Now, starting with testing here, I've got Steel with a grease gun, and he's going to shoot at my torso, and as you see, it has no hits. So at first glance, it does look like this is true. But then I switch to the officer role and grab an M1 Garand with an actual rifle round, and I do the same test against Steely, and as you'll see, I'm not killing him. And he reports that he was not getting hit at all during this process. I also decide, you know what, let's try grenades. Let's see how the barricades act against explosives, especially level 1 barricades. And as you're going to see, that there's going to be no damage inflicted or just any injury or death. He said he didn't get injured at all, and he was fine. We even tested rocket launchers as well, and to no avail. So that busts this comment in the terms of what was to be tested, in terms of the barricades and what they can protect against. Now, I do need to look into more about what are the true differences between the barricades in terms of protection, or if it's just if you can build it to level 3 and get more cover and shoot from a standing position. I'm not sure. If you know something in the comments, let me know. This next myth is one that was a bit of an older one when I started getting into the game, but it's still one I think still has some misconceptions about it. And that is the understanding of how you can destroy an enemy HQ. Now, the old myth that I used to hear a bunch was that if you parked a garrison in their HQ spawn, it disabled their HQ spawn themselves, and that is completely wrong. No matter what you have in their HQ, they can still spawn. The main thing that you have here is if the enemy starts capturing the sectors. So that's the main thing. And as you're going to see here that I'm in the redeployment screen, my spawn point is still up even though there's a garrison there. I've told Steely to start capping the objective, and as you see here, he starts capping. You can look at the top and see the capture progress, and you can look at the spawn locations, and I don't have a spawn over there. I still have my top and middle spawns because there's no objective there, but the HQ spawn closest to the objective is no longer usable. Now, what I've had here, and it's going to take a second, I have directed Steely now to leave the 4 squares, so it's no longer capping, and the capture progress should return back to normal. And as you see here, the capture progress is going to go down. Once it is back down to 100%, where it's fully defended, there's no one in the 4 squares, the spawn point will reappear as such. So this next one, I'm very guilty about spreading this one around, and I did see on Gabatron's video that they talked about the reinforcement and how it actually works, so I wanted to put that on my channel as well. So credit where credit's given. So the reinforced ability, as it's stated, is supposed to double any capture power in a friendly control objective for 2 minutes. And the way the capture progress works in Warfare is if you're in the circle, you count as 3. If you're within the 2x2 squares within the objective, you count as 1 capture power. Now what I have here, I've got Xbox Man, Cornholio, Steely, and my brother's account just kind of spinning out there to help me out in showing this. So I'm showing off who they are. And I'm in the circle, and they're currently outside the circle. I have 2 of them move in to show the contested, so that means it's 3-3. I throw the reinforce down. I'm immediately back to defending. But the moment I have Steely move in for capture progress, the capture goes to contested, meaning that their 4 equals what's now my 4, apparently, which I think makes for very poor writing, and I think that needs to be changed for confusion's sake. Also, a little bonus here, I wanted to show off, once again, since I did not test the reinforce thing kind of properly, I had everyone leave the circle except for my brother, who's just sitting out there circling, and the reinforce does not help when you're outside the circle. Just showing that off. This next one's a fill-in for the tank one, but we're going to use it anyway. So this one comes from No One Truly, and it says, I've had people tell me that you can build faster if you are laying prone. I'm pretty sure that's false, but I'm not positive. And you'd be correct. So it does not matter what stance you are building in. I've tested this with a couple different barricades and just barbed wire, because barbed wire was quickest. And I did it from standing position, a crouch position, and a prone position, as you see here. And they all take 10 seconds to build each barbed wire. It does not matter what stance you're in. It just matters that you build it. But this can apply to any of the buildings. Some of the different buildings do have different build times in general, so keep that in mind. But yes, it doesn't matter what position you're in when you build something. This last one talks about the misconceptions with the punishment system. So essentially, if you team kill, regardless if you were punished or not, you will have an extra 10 seconds added per team kill until you are killed. And what you see here is I was killed by a friendly, I hit no, and the reason why you would know that is because there would be a player has been punished in the right corner. So I shoot him. And to show this off, I actually took a video with my phone here, and I wanted to show it from that perspective and show the stuff on the right corner. So even though I did not punish him, he still had an extra penalty, and I hit yes, and you see the chaotic hammer was punished. From there, I wait for him to respawn, shoot me again, and I have the penalty. So it does not matter if you were punished or not, you will still have the extra 10-second penalty, upwards of 60 seconds if you, say, get 5 team kills, just to name that part out. And there you go, 5 more myths, misconceptions, or plain right wrong information broken down in Hell Let Loose. Once again, if you haven't seen the other 2 myth-busting videos, I encourage you to give them a look. But if you have anything to add in the comments section, or any myths you may like to see tested, give it down in the comments section. No promises I'll get to it, but we'll see if I have enough material to make a 4th video of this little series. But I hope you got something out of this video. Take care, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.